And so let's begin. So everybody, welcome. Our talk today will be on the path to natural joy and contentment. I have my notes here, so just bear with me. And so I like to speak about 5 different methods, different ways to return to natural joy and contentment. As usual, I like to begin our sessions, coming at it from my own perspective and my own daily practice. And recently, I've been experiencing a lot more sense of joy and natural contentment as I can feel the shift happening worldwide and in our community in reference to things going back to a little bit of how normal life used to be prior to COVID-19. There is a sense of hope in the air, a sense of I had a dream the other day where I saw people without masks in the streets, and I just felt so happy, that I would be able to see people smiling again, and not, the hiding of our smiles. I was looking at myself the other day with a picture that a friend of mine took with a mask on, and I just thought, my God, I just want to laugh. I just want to smile. I want to say hello to people, and you can't. You must hold space and distancing. And so that was quite an interesting journey for me through this last year as we come to the kind of like anniversary, if you want to say, of the shutdown worldwide. And so it really gave me an opportunity to meditate in my own life, how I've held a space for joy and how I've held a space for hope when things seem dark and difficult. And so the path to natural joy and contentment begins by 1, paying attention, slowing down, and being present. One technique that you may want to practice this week is visiting nature, whether a park, the beach, your own garden or patio or balcony or plant that you may have at home. Just spending some time with a sense of slowing down and paying attention through your senses, through your sense of sight, through your sense of hearing. What are the sounds around me? The birds singing, the wind and the breeze, the trees dancing with the wind. A sense of practicing your sense of smell and the appreciation that comes through the sense of smell of the flowers around you, the people around you. And so experiencing life through the senses as we slow down and invite a sense of presence. So that would be number 1. Number 2, which kind of connects to number 1, is developing a sense of appreciation and beauty. Wherever you are right now, just observe what is around you. What is a space that you find beautiful? What colors draw to your eyes? How do you experience beauty and appreciation through your senses? As I was mentioning earlier, the sense of smell, appreciating the scent of a beautiful flower or of the smell of a loved one. I was washing my pet the other day and I have this shampoo that I really like on him. So I was just like smelling him and kissing him all over. And to bring a sense of appreciation and beauty and how that fills our heart and how that helps us to restore a sense of natural contentment, a natural presence and connection with what is here. And so the path to natural joy and contentment can very much be seen sometimes as a sense of being reconnected to the life that is here. And so as I began speaking about my own journey with COVID-19 around us, encountering a sense of how can I find joy and contentment even in the darkest times. And I find that these 5 steps that I'm mentioning here have helped me through that. And so that's why I'm sharing them here. The number 3 would be to recognize joy in others. And sometimes it's easiest to find it in children. If you ever notice children playing in the patios or in the parks, and their sense of freedom in their natural movement, and the joy and appreciation of just being present and alive. In pets, for example, this morning I was just kind of playing with my doggy, just kind of watching the most beautiful blue day, a blue sky day outside of the window, and couldn't wait to get out and play outside and walk them and just enjoy the breeze and being alive, having an extra day of life. There is, which connects to number 4, which is celebrating what is here and now through a sense of gratitude and a sense of presence. And I like to share a poem with that. It's one of my favorite poems, and it's a poem written by Mary Oliver. And the poem is called The Summer Day, and of course we'll be coming to summer at some point, right? And so the poem says, The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean. The one who has flung herself out of the grass. The one who is eating sugar out of my hand. Who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down. Who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fold down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? And so when we bring a sense of celebrating the life that is here, we come back to the awareness that your life is now. This is one of my favorite mantras that brings me back into an understanding and knowing of the preciousness of life. Tomorrow is not promised to us. We don't know if we have one more day. And so how can I celebrate the life that is here? That is through the practice of gratitude. Perhaps stating to the universe or the presence that is here, thank you. Thank you for the blue sky. Thank you for the breeze and the ability to breathe. Thank you for one more day to experience the life that is here. And so finding the place inside of your own heart, what are you grateful for? What is in your life now worth celebrating? And sometimes it could just be a flower on the ground. It could be a smile from a stranger or a loved one, or a laugh that somebody has, a particular sound, drinking your favorite water. It's the willingness to look for what is good in you and in your life, and a sense of coming back to celebrate what is here. I often speak of joy as a choice. But more deeply than that, it is your natural state. There is a part of you that is naturally content. That when left alone in the stillness, it restores itself back to peace and inner balance. And I find that the simplest way to journey back into that is through meditation and contemplation, which is some of what I'm mentioning here. And the 5th one in our path to natural joy and contentment is to smile for no particular reason at all. And I find that this one's funny because I first heard this quote a couple of years ago, and I was like, that's so not true. And I did it, and it is true. So that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. And the quote is from Thich Nhat Hanh, which is a Vietnamese mindfulness teacher who I adore. And his quote essentially says, sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, and sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. And so I remember one day being grumpy, just kind of having a crappy day. And I just said, oh, let me try that quote. And so I literally just started smiling. I had to push my, my fingers to my face. And I was like, okay, we're going to pretend smile. Okay. And I just kept walking around, pretend smile. And all of a sudden I just started cracking up. And I just started laughing at myself. And it was just this beautiful gift of recognizing, wow, this works. So I invite you to try it next time that you find yourself kind of walking out of the path of joy. To smile for no particular reason. Another beautiful way of incorporating the sense of smile, and obviously when we're no longer wearing masks, would be to smile at people, to say good morning or good afternoon. I have a funny story about this. At the very beginning of the pandemic, I was having a lot of difficulty dealing with people not wearing masks. And I've spoken about this with other students because I share my own journeys of coming into balance with mindfulness. And I remember it was super early in the morning. I was walking my doggy. And this biker came out of nowhere at the park where I was walking him without a mask. And I was so upset. And then he turned around and he said, good morning with a smile. And it just melted all of that away. And I just thought, thank you for your humanity. Thank you for helping me see a smile again. I hadn't seen a smile from another being in a long time. And so it was just this beautiful gift of what a sense of connection and a sense of finding our own humanity with each other can give us. And so I figure I share that here. And so to recap, before we come into our practice today, the path to natural joy and contentment can be explored through 5 different gateways. The first gateway is to pay attention and slow down and be present. The second one is through the path of appreciation and beauty by enjoying our 5 senses and exploring our 5 senses and their experience in the now. Number 3 is to recognize joy in others. I find it most easiest to see it in children, in babies, in pets. I recently have a new niece, and just to see her beautiful smile. I obviously haven't been able to see her physically yet because of COVID, but just to see the new life that beams out of her. It's just a sense of presence and curiosity, and I see that in her, and I just think, how can I bring more of that essence within me? How can I recognize more of that space within me? That sense of natural curiosity and wonder and exploration of the life that is here. She's never seen a bottle of water before. She's never seen a little stuffed animal. And so the sense of joy and curiosity, and that is innate within us as well. And so how can I bring that sense of recognizing the joy in others and exploring, how can I explore that within me, within my own being? The fourth one is to celebrate what is here and now. And that is through the path of gratitude. What am I grateful for? I invite you to do that this week. Every day, ask yourself at some point throughout the day, what am I grateful for in this moment in time, right now? I'm grateful because I have all 5 fingers. I'm grateful because I can see, I can hear, I can smell, I can taste, I can sit. What are you grateful for today? And explore that. A genuine sense of gratitude. And then number 5, which I call the fake it till you make it one, is smile for no particular reason. If you're having a sad day, a difficult day, a crappy day, grumpy day, what I call the grumpy day, to find a reason to smile. to find a reason to smile. And if there is no reason to smile, then smile and let that be the reason for your joy, as Thich Nhat Hanh suggests. So with that said, today we're going to explore our own sense of presence and coming back into joy. And so this particular meditation can be more of a creative visualization and reflection upon the things that we are grateful for. So we are going to explore that now together. So I invite you to find a comfortable position wherever you are, to allow both feet, if possible, to feel grounded, or allow your seat to feel grounded. So if you're sitting or laying down, allowing the back, if you're laying down, to give you a sense of support and groundedness. If you are sitting, allowing your seat, your sitting bones, or your feet and legs to feel grounded, almost the way that a tree feels as it touches the ground. So let's explore that together. So I invite you to close the eyes and bring the attention inward. And just for a moment, notice what it feels like to breathe in this moment. What it feels like to be alive in this moment. Perhaps even sensing the energy, the vitality within you as you breathe. I often like to imagine it as a little light in the heart, and noticing the light becoming brighter and expanding, as if you could allow the vitality to increase through your own intention. Bringing a sense of awareness to the inhale and the exhale. And sense the life that is around you. How do I experience this moment in time? Noticing the senses. Noticing the eyelids closed and calm. Noticing the sense of smell. Are there any smells around me? And if there is no sense of smell at this time, then perhaps just sensing the way the breath comes in and out of the body. What does that sensation feel like? Sensing the sounds around you without defining them. Simply experiencing what is here without naming it, changing it, shifting it. Allowing all sounds to be just as they are. Sensing the sensations in your body, the way the soles of the feet feel in this moment. Allowing your awareness to rest in the inhale and the exhale, in the movement of the breath in the belly or the chest. A sense of gentle observation of what is here. And perhaps bringing the invitation of how can I soften in this moment? How can I release tension and holding? Noticing the soles of the feet relaxing, letting go. Allowing both feet to feel comfortable and relaxed. Relaxing the ankles, the shins and calves, relaxing the knees and the thighs and hips, relaxing the lower belly and the upper belly and chest, relaxing the shoulders, letting go through the exhale of all holding, giving yourself permission to let go and relax in this moment. Letting go 10% more, 20% more. Releasing with every exhale. Allowing the body to find comfort in the now. Relaxing the upper shoulders and the arms, hands, and fingers. Relaxing the palms of the hands and sensing the aliveness on the skin as it touches whatever surface is touching right now. Becoming aware of the inhale and exhale. And softening the breath, relaxing the breath. As we bring attention to the gentle relaxation coming into the neck area now. Relaxing the neck and jaw. Relaxing the face, the eyes, the ears, the nose and the jaw and tongue. Relaxing the forehead and the crown of the head, and the back of the head, and the back of the whole body. And imagining yourself for a moment in your favorite place in the whole wide world. Sensing yourself in that space. Sensing yourself sitting there. Enjoying that moment. And perhaps recalling how good the body felt, or how good the body is feeling in this moment as you notice your favorite place in the world. And it can be a place that you have been or you would like to be. Feel how you sense joy in your body, the spaciousness and contentment that comes in through the inhale, allowing yourself to take that in. Recalling a moment of appreciation, a moment when you appreciated someone or something in your life. And it can be a different moment. Let it show up. Noticing, what did I appreciate about that moment? How do I recognize appreciation in my body, in my breath? How do I experience joy? Recalling a moment of laughter, of seeing another happy, or making someone happy. Notice what that felt like in your heart, in your body. Simply observing it as if there were a white screen in front of you showing you this image. Noticing a moment of admiration of beauty around you, the beauty of the natural world. Noticing what your body felt like as you experienced that. How something softens or opens within you. Notice what it feels like when you smile, recalling a moment of genuine laughter or happiness, what it felt like in your body. And now letting that go and noticing yourself walking in your favorite place in nature. Feel the calm and the peace, the natural joy and contentment as you find yourself there now. Notice any sounds, the colors, the sensations that you feel as you are here. Perhaps it's a beautiful beach, or the top of a mountain, or a meadow or garden. See yourself there, feeling at peace, and asking, what am I grateful for in this moment? How do I experience gratitude in my body? Feeling joy and peace and gratitude. And now letting that go and allowing now the mind to travel to a place of wisdom. And imagining perhaps yourself going up a mountain, following a gentle trail, and walking towards a place where a very wise teacher is waiting for you. Sense yourself walking towards a wise teacher, a part of you that is wise, perhaps a part of you from the future who has seen your life and what is yet to come, or a guide or a teacher. Sense that being in front of you. Even if it feels like imagination, that's all right. And walking towards that being now, ask, how can I experience more joy in my life? What am I ready to release, to let go of? What am I ready to receive, to welcome into my life? And feel your guide and teacher responding easily now. And now imagine that this beautiful guide or teacher is calling in a part of you that is very wise, a part of you from all the way into the future and beyond this life, or at the end of this life. See that part of you that can see towards you now. And ask that part of you, how can I experience more joy? How can I experience more peace in my life? More gratitude? The part of you that can see all that is yet to come and all that is yet to be. Easily and effortlessly. Letting that part of you show you now. What gives me most joy? What gives me most peace? And perhaps asking, how can I give more joy and peace unto the world, unto my community and family and friends? And letting this wise part of you show you what joy feels like inside of you. What this natural sense of contentment for no reason feels like. And asking for help from this part of you, this guide and teacher, to explore this more deeply in your life, to welcome a greater capacity of love, of joy, of peace and contentment. And thanking this part of you and this being of love and light for its gift today. And coming back into your body with a deep sense of joy, of natural appreciation for the life that is here. Sensing your body as you breathe. Sensing the gratitude for your body and this breath, and this moment, for being alive, for being here. And beginning to bring the awareness back into the body as it awakens. Gently returning into this present moment. Perhaps moving the toes or fingers. And opening the eyes as you are ready. Getting ready for the day or ready to go to sleep. Coming back fully now. And as you gently return back into the now, perhaps taking a moment to write down your experience. Perhaps taking a moment to share with us today what you experienced. And at this point, I'd like to welcome you to, if you would like to share, please go ahead and unmute yourself. You are also welcome to put the camera on if it feels comfortable. And if not, you are welcome to unmute and share your experience. As we share with each other, we invite a journey of growth and a journey of community and connection and validation for our own experience. So I do welcome you to share that. And use this day as an opportunity to return to joy. And so I think Bethany, would you like to share?
Yes.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. First of all, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
You spoke early in the meditation of change, and I've been feeling that a lot within myself and reflecting as to what specifically I need to change. And there's been some recurring themes. And so during the meditation, it did come up of letting go of the past. I think we all probably had a rough 2020. And there's no right or wrong of the past, your mistakes or lessons learned, things of that nature, but it's brought you to, where you are today, and to continue to follow your heart and to meditate and listen to yourself and being awake and conscious. So that way you can, become that person that you're striving to be. What came up for me.
Thank you for sharing. I find interesting what you mentioned about striving. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. I mean, I want to help others and I want to be the best version of myself. And so I am trying to find ways to connect to my community or anyone that I come in contact with, to be love, to share love, and to help them with their journey. And so that's something that I actually have been experiencing the last week of being more active on social media to, send out messages and just touch as many people as possible, or any conversation that I have with others. And, because we're all connected at some way, shape, or form. And so that's something that, I want to have as like my legacy and help others. And of course, you feel good, of course, being fulfilled in that manner too.
Well, thank you for sharing. And so what I would invite is a sense of how can I encounter this sense of exploration of connection with my community without striving.
Mm-hmm.
And so to bring a sense of natural contentment and unfolding. In other words, do what feels good.
Right.
And listening from that place of that depth of inner awareness of being of service that you're mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
I am in deep of gratitude for hearing that from you and being part of that journey with you.
Yeah.
So thank you. So who else would like to share? Anyone else? Katrina or Alicia? You would like to share?
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
I'm here. For me, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Was so vivid and during the meditation, I remember at one point and say, okay, I need to remember this to share. But you know what? I don't remember.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh.
The only thing that I remember is that I was on the top of the mountain around the fire with a guy, and I heard that you say, okay, you are walking through a path, and say, I'm sorry, I gotta go because Ana Maria said that I need to walk.
Forget what Ana Maria says. Good Lord.
And he gave me a look and he say, well, she's going to say to meet me, so stay here. And it was so funny because I was like, meet him and at the same time walking and say, like being two places at the same time. But I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
It's the only thing that I remember.
well, that's beautiful. Oh, you remember their sense of humor. I love when the guides and teachers show up with a sense of humor. Yeah.
But I felt that was so vivid, all the experience, but I don't remember.
That's all right. That's all right. And it might come later, so I invite you to journal, right? And thank you for sharing. I also wanted to add thank you. Oh, Katrina. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hello, magical girl. How are you? So you are muted, so you may want to unmute.
Oh, sorry. Hi,
That's
Miami.
okay. Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. Okay. I had this similar experience with Ali. My experience was very vivid as well. And I kept thinking, I'm going to have to say this. I'm going to have to say this. And I was trying to remember. So as soon as we finished, as soon as you brought us back, I tried to jot down anything that I could remember, but it was a lot more than that. I just couldn't remember the rest of it. But what I wrote down was one of the messages was leave everything behind that doesn't serve your higher purpose.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of them. And include more love, grace, and bliss in your life.
Can you repeat that one?
And include more love, grace, and bliss in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the other one was be your authentic self.
May I? I want to add to that. I invite you, and I'll be talking more about this in upcoming classes about recognizing the authentic self and allowing yourself to rise from the authentic self. What if the whole purpose of your life was just to be who you are, who you really are, your joy, the things that truly are authentically a path of joy to you, the things that make you happy, the things that make you joyful, the things that call onto the deepest inner part of you and give you a sense of vitality and life. I often think of when you look at the seed of a tree or you look at the seed of a plant, everything within that seed already holds its potential, and its interaction with the environment allows it to stream and rise and go beyond her limits. And so I often think, how do you encounter that deep part of you that knows why you are here, that deep part of you that is authentic and real and seeks joy, seeks to be. And it's interesting what that you said about being authentic, because we often know when we are not being authentic to who we are. Watch when you say things that are not really who you are. Watch when you think things that are not really who you are, the essence of you. Often deep meditation that I invite us to do is to bring a mantra to your meditation. And a mantra is a sense of focus, a drishti, a place to bring the attention and awareness to one single word, just as we often do in our meditation through the breath. Can I bring my attention to a mantra? And a gentle mantra would be, who am I? And then to ask, who am I really? And keep asking that question and begin to notice what arises. And begin to explore that feeling space, that statement within you, and allow that statement to guide you. And notice what shows up in your life. How can I be more of this true, authentic self? And who is that? And there may be times when we get lost. Maybe times when we forget who that real self is. How do I recognize that? There's many ways to recognize that, but I may invite you to consider this one. It's the part of you that knows when you are in love. It's the part of you that knows when you experience gratitude. It's the depth of your heart in its greatest capacity to open its space of the heart and the mind. It's a clearing of possibilities that lays within you. It has no words. So explore that space. Please continue, Katrina.
The other thing, thank you for that. It was beautiful. And the other thing that came up, it was joy for me it feels like fireworks. They showed me fireworks.
I love that.
Yes, magical fireworks.
Magical
everywhere.
Yes, sparkles and unicorns and bunnies.
Yes, and fairies. And when they show me fireworks, that's how joy feels. I saw little children playing and laughing and running around, and that's the joy that we have to cultivate in our life. That's how I saw it. The angels always tell me many times, be like childlike. Have childlike joy.
Yes.
When you're with friends and family and strangers, just be open, be authentic, be love, be yourself.
Yes.
Be yourself. Usually, like you said, I've asked myself many times, who am I? And the answer that have come up in the past for me was, I'm the child of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I love that. The potential in those words, the infinity in those words. It's magical. Go ahead.
It really is. Yeah, we are infinite. We are love. In essence, we're just having experience on earth. So we deserve to have every goodness that God has offered to us. Every goodness of the universe. We deserve that. We're worthy of that.
Amen to that.
So that's what I say. I say I'm a child of the universe. So,
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for sparkling in that way and helping us to recall our childlike quality. You know, I love how you brought in a sense of similarity between being our authentic self and being childlike. And it helps me to recall, I think in my own life too, how when we're children, we just want to jump and we want to hug everybody and we want to kiss everybody. We want to play with everyone. And there's just a sense of freedom and this sense of movement and this sense of being so open and free to be who you are and to express who you are. And what begins to happen when your dad or your mom is like, don't do this, don't do that. Say this, say that. And then other authorities come into our lives and do the same thing. And so often we may lose and I'm only speaking for myself, and we may lose our ability to recognize who am I really underneath the authorities speaking and tell me how to behave, underneath, the parents or the grandparents or the aunts, uncles, your siblings, you should behave like this, you should say this, you should act like this, you should do that, you should dress like this, you should speak this way. And so what is if you start clearing all that stuff, all other people's thoughts about who you're supposed to be, all other people's thoughts of who you can be, what resides underneath that is the true self that wants to break free. Find that space within you, that space of joy and potential. It's never too late to do that. You can always come back to that space of authenticity. I'm so grateful you mentioned that today. Thank you. Celeste, you wanted to add? Yes, hi.
Yeah, it's interesting because when Katrina said that, one of the things I saw when I had a beautiful experience, and that the sum of everything was at the end, I saw my higher self. And as she was leaving, she looked back at me. It was beautiful. And she smiled and she just said, just be. And I'm like, what? That's simple. Like just be. And then the thing is that when I was going through the journey in this meditation, which was beautiful, usually I don't remember, but this time I remember, which is like different from Alicia and Katrina. I saw myself in moments that like with my brother that passed away, one day that we were in the ocean and we were inside and we were just there. There was nothing special, no, like we were just, and I was enjoying, I remember enjoying him. He saw who he was, the way he was, and it was wonderful. And then like that, I saw myself like with family members, at the wedding of my son. They were like spiritual deep moments. Not other, it was not at the party, it was not the music, it was just that, the essence of that. And then when at the end, just my higher self smiled at me and said, just be.
Oh my
I was
God, that
like,
is so powerful.
okay. Okay. And I'm just like, really like I discover like a breakthrough thing, and it's so simple as
It is simple.
just be yourself. Like,
It is
and
simple.
Katrina just with what she said confirmed like that powerful moment that I just have to be who I am. And then when you were mentioning when you're little doing things, one of my biggest problems is that, and they used to call me the rebel, is that I used to be who I was. But there is a moment when you grow up, like kind of being an adult, and I got married. I had to change that, fortunately, at one moment in my time. But during my growing up, my mother used to be like in confrontation with me because, I wanted the ripped jeans and she wanted me to dress this way, but I didn't. I was like not in a bad way, but I kept the way I was for the longest time. And then I went, I don't know what happened. Life, I guess, happens, that I changed and I saw myself acting depending on the people that were with me. I would change. It was very strange. I didn't like it. And I'm back to the way I'm meant to be.
Oh, I love what you're saying. And I would like to add something, if I may. When you said about changing who I am in the presence of others, what I find interesting in that is how often we do that. How often we change who we are. Think about just when that has happened to you, if it has happened to you in your own life. When you change in front of your teachers, in front of your parents, in front of your siblings, in front of your lovers, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends. And so when do people really see who you are? When do people really see who you are? When do you see who you are? When we are by ourselves, there is no escape. We face ourselves. We come to be the authentic self, the true self. And it's interesting, the invitation that I find meditation provides is to be still enough to see. One of the meditation techniques that we'll be exploring deeper throughout the summer, including when I do retreats again, is Vipassana, which means clear seeing. Can I clearly see what is here in this moment in time, including myself, my thoughts, my experience in this moment? What if the whole point of life was to be who you are? You notice nature. The whole purpose of a tree is to be a tree. The whole purpose of a flower is to be a flower. What is your purpose? What is the deepest calling within your own soul? What is holding you back from that? I recently read a quote from Ahan Shah, put in the door of the monastery, or that it said, "Hey there, wake up. Wake up. Wake up to the life that is here. Wake up to you and to the potential that resides within you. Explore who that is. Who are you now?" And it might seem a little different than what it was when you were 5 years old, maybe. It's all right. But who are you now? What do you want now? Life has such potential, such promise. I often say, what if today was your last day? How would you live it? I hope that today has bring forth inspiration and a reminder to you about the preciousness of life itself and of you. Joy is worth living for. Love is worth living for. Peace is worth living for, and sharing it with others. Explore the life that is here. Give it a chance and be willing to encounter yourself and your life with joy this week. I will be teaching class next week, so I look forward to seeing you all here. And that would be at 11 p.m. Eastern Time next week. So if you can make it or share this information with others, I am deeply grateful for that. So I like to ask our magical Katrina to send us off with fairy dust.
Well, remember to take only the love and lessons from the past to move forward and make your life magical.
Oh, God bless you for that. Thank you.
Thank
May
you.
we have a magical week. Blessings
Amen.
to all. Have a great week, you guys. See you next
Thanks.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.